Everybody wants success, but few are willing to actually do what you need to do to achieve it. If there's one thing a successful person has mastered, it's discipline. I'm breaking down why discipline, not motivation, is the real key factor to success, and why you need to master discipline and not having constant motivation. Constant motivation is a gimmick. We live in a world addicted to motivation, scrolling through constant reels of hype, motivation videos, watching them all the time thinking that's gonna improve our lives. While we're scrolling through the hype videos on social media, we're wasting time. There's no better time to start than now. Discipline is choosing to do the hard thing even when you don't want to do it, whether that's going to the gym and working out instead of binge watching Netflix, whether that's staying home and studying on what you need to study rather than going out to party, whether that's going to sleep early on a Friday night instead of staying up late and partying on a Friday night, hanging with your smart friends rather than your degenerate friends. That's discipline. It's not always fun and it's not always glamorous, but discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it's gonna be. There once was a time where I felt unmotivated, where I felt undisciplined, where I felt stuck, where I felt every day was a drag and my life wasn't going anywhere. But then I decided that the longer I wait to take action, the longer I push my goals out for myself. A main point of it all comes down to cutting out distractions and cutting out vices and cutting out all the things that waste your time throughout the day. Just do the quick calculations, because this is what I did. I was smoking weed once every day, 1 to 2 times a day, right? I would just sit down on my patio, smoke weed for about an hour. And I calculated an hour every day, that's 7 hours a week. That's 28 hours a month, basically throwing a whole day away. Building discipline comes down to the right routine, the right plan of action, for example. Take an action, and most importantly, consistency. Through consistency, you're going to build that habit. And once it's a habit, it's hard to break. This is true for bad habits, this is true for good habits. Step 1, set clear goals. Know what you're aiming for. Vague goals become vague efforts. Step 2, structure your days. Discipline thrives in routine. 3, eliminate distractions. Set up your environment so that it's almost impossible for you to fall into temptation from vices, let's say from women, from anything that's going to distract your mind. I also want you to track your progress as well when it comes to sticking to your routine, because you'll be able to look back on it and you'll be able to build more discipline from seeing the results. Most importantly, I want you to show up daily. Don't make excuses. Show up when it's difficult to show up, because that's what matters. That's when it matters most. When you show up when it's difficult, you're reinforcing this habit that this is a non-negotiable for you. Let's talk about discipline versus burnout. When there's fire, there's ice. When there's hot, there's cold. Being disciplined doesn't mean you burn yourself out. It doesn't mean grinding even when you're fatigued, exhausted, tired. You need to take rest days. Everybody has to take a rest day. Being disciplined it's a game of longevity. It's about staying in the game for as long as possible. But when you burn yourself out, you might take more time off than you really need to take. And it's all up to you when you want to take your rest days. You schedule that in, build it up on your routine, put it a part of your routine. Rest is part of discipline. Taking care of your body, your mind, and your mental health is very important. That's also being a disciplined person. If you want to succeed in, say, faith, finance, business, life, anything, relationships, you need to show up when most won't. You need to do the things that are hard for other people to do. Now that's real discipline. And that means staying locked in when nobody's watching, when nobody expects you to be working. You need to be killing it. Discipline is a bridge between dreams and reality. The killer of dreams is saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Do it today, bitch. The best part is you don't need anybody's permission to be disciplined. You can just start. You can do it now. You can be disciplined right now, starting after this video. After you like, subscribe, and comment. If you expect to go anywhere in life, you're going to have to be a disciplined person. It doesn't start by putting off what you need to do now till next week. It doesn't start by procrastinating, starting. It's all about starting. That's the hardest part. Working at a gym in sales, I've asked people when they're hesitant on getting started with their fitness journey, what do you think the 2 heaviest weights in this entire gym are? The 2 heaviest weights in the entire gym would be the 2 front doors. Once you lift those, it's smooth sailing. Most people go their entire life without lifting the 2 front doors in front of the gym. Those 2 heavy weights, the 2 front doors, they discourage people from ever coming into the gym, ever adding years to their lives. Years that could be spent spending time with their kids, their grandkids, spending time enjoying life healthy. But no, those 2 handles, they stop people from ever becoming their true self because they're scared, because they don't want to commit, because they lack the discipline. It's not the motivation. It's not the motivation they lack. They lack the discipline. They know they can't be disciplined to this. As soon as they commit, as soon as they put themselves in a position to where they have a gym membership and where they need to come to the gym because they already paid for it, they don't want to. Another bullshit excuse I hear all the time working in the gym. Oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to come to the gym. Okay, well, one, you could work out at home. Another bullshit excuse I hear all the time about people. Another bullshit excuse I hear all the time when it comes to people starting their fitness journey. I don't have the time. Okay, let me ask you this. You have 10 minutes throughout your 24 hours to do 20 push-ups. That's all it takes. At home, you don't even need to come to the gym. I don't have the time. Well, I don't have the time to come to the gym. Well, let me ask you another question. If I don't have the time to come to the gym, okay, Jennifer, well, if somebody were to give you, let's say, $100,000 every time you showed up to this gym right here, I'm sure you would be here every day, maybe twice a day, right? It's not, you don't have the time, you don't have the correct motivation. And motivation is a fucking myth. Get that shit out of here. It's the discipline. You don't have the discipline, Jennifer, to come to the gym every day. Now that's why you need discipline, not motivation. Motivation is bullshit, discipline is real. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, follow, do whatever you want. Have a beautiful, blessed day.